Hi, welcome back. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy beef tenderloin on the pit barrel cooker. You can go to pitbarrelcooker.com to learn more about what this does for you, but it's super easy to use at home. I use it because you can take it in the field. So if you want to take it out, if you're the camp chef and you guys get an elk or a deer or whatever, pit barrel is very transportable. It's easy to use, as I'll show you. You cook your meat by hanging it. You can also cook it flat on top if you want, but we're going to be hanging this tenderloin tonight. It's going to be really good. About the pit barrel, what you do here to light this up is I'm going to be using some briquettes. I use all natural briquettes, and these ones here are the ones that are infused with some wood already. So we're going to be we're not going to have to add extra chunks of wood, so it eliminates one extra thing you're going to have to remember to bring with you. But no, it's really good. I've used this multiple flavors of that. You can get it in fruit flavors, all different types of wood flavors. It's smoke flavors, and it's really good. This is a mesquite and oak. I believe pecan also are really good for beef. But I like the mesquite. Kind of gives a little extra bite to the end result, which is good. It doesn't get drowned out by the seasoning that we're going to put on, so it's very nice. What we do is, so I've done some prep work here for us already. This is the charcoal basket that goes in the bottom of your pit barrel cooker. The pit barrel is just a barrel, it's just a drum, and the concept behind it is that the heat comes up, it cooks the meat evenly throughout from the bottom to the top as it hangs there, and as the juices drip off of the meat, it gets evaporated and cooks back into the meat, and it's supposed to add extra flavor. I can tell you right now that I've made beef tenderloin. This is a whole beef tenderloin. It's about 3 pounds, just shy of 3 pounds. I've made this same thing on the green egg. I've made it on the Traeger, and nothing beats it on the pit barrel. It's amazing. But so to get this going here, you take your basket and you fill it all the way up. You fill it all the way up with charcoal, and then to the brim anyway. And then what I've gone and done is you take out from here enough to fill your starter, and so you'll be able to pull out about 40 briquettes. So you don't necessarily have to count them. I mean, if you're a little bit less or a couple over, it's not the end of the world, but you don't want to have this half full or anything like that. You just want to take out a amount just to fill up here from here. You don't want to fill the basket and then fill this and then pour it on top of there. So this is what we call a top-down burn. So all the hot coals go on top, and then it burns it all the way down. Instead of having to light something underneath it and try to burn them up evenly, you're taking all the hot coals and just pouring it right on top. It's super easy to do. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'm going to use a tumbleweed starter today. I like these better than the compressed material. Not really sure if they're any better or not. I've just had better luck with them myself. So it's nice. Oh, one thing here about the cooker quick. So they all have a grate, and then you hang the meat on one of 2 rods that goes through these holes right across the top, and you'll use hooks. The pit barrel comes with the hooks. You just hook the top of the meat, you hang it right in there. So there's a grate in here. The grate that comes with the pit barrel is a solid grate, but we are going to be using the accessory grate that drops in half like that. So we're going to be able to cook the meat on one side hanging over here, and then later on when the meat's almost done, I'm going to throw on some vegetables. We're going to put those on this side right here. So it's really nice and versatile, because if you didn't have this, you wouldn't be able to use the grate. It just has to be open, and you have to hang your meat then. So it's kind of like one or the other, but this accessory is really handy for doing that. So how we're going to do this, we're just going to take our coal basket and drop it all the way down in there. Just try to center it up right in the middle of the bottom of the barrel. And then we'll put this, now we're going to put this on right side up just because we're going to have to take it off anyway to pour in the hot coals, so it doesn't make any difference. Take your starter, lay it right there in the middle, maybe off to one side. This is nice. Again, everything is contained right here. You can light all this up right on the cooker itself. You're not going to have to carry any other kind of, you know, fire safe brick or anything to, if you're out in the field. You know, it's all right here. It's all going to be contained. You don't have to worry about anything getting out and maybe, you know, starting a small brush fire. So hopefully that's not a concern in your own property, but if you're out in the field, it can obviously be a problem. The nice thing about the pit barrel is it's adjustable for where you live. So we're in Wisconsin, and you have at sea level, they give you instructions as to where to vent the bottom, and you don't really play around with that. Once you set it, you just leave it like that, and then it automatically comes up to temperature, and it cooks about 275 degrees on average. It can cook hotter if you take out some of the the bars. So if you're not using one side to hang anything on, and say you want to get up to 300 or 325, you can either crack the lid on here a little bit, or you can just take out a bar altogether. And I do that based on how fast I need to cook the meat, the temperature of the meat, and if there's any other issues going on there where I need to play with the temperature. So this should take about 10 minutes. So while that's going, we'll get our meat ready. So again, like I said, I have just a whole beef tenderloin, about 2.9 pounds, 2.8 pounds, something like that. One trick that you can use, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but the tail end here, the real thin part, because that's going to be the part that's hanging down. When you hang this, you're going to hang it just underneath the top part, which is called the head. You're going to put your hook right up under here, and so this is going to hang down. I've done it both ways, where I've tied this up, or I've let it hang all the way down, and it's fine. It doesn't ignite, burn, or dry out or anything like that. But for tonight, we're going to tie it up. So I'm going to cut off your excess string, because you are going to be, you know, close to the charcoal. You can always sharpen your scissors too. If your shears aren't, if your shears are used, you can always trim those up. So the seasoning we're going to use tonight is Jack Daniels. You can find us at your local grocery store. I like the Jack Daniels steak sauce. It's a steak seasoning. It's kind of like a Montreal steak, but it's fine. I enjoy it. I also use Jack Daniels chicken seasoning. I find them to be very flavorful, and they stick with the meat. Now, a lot of people will take their steak and they will put, you know, the seasonings on it and let it sit for a while, and so the flavors can go in. So I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to have the flavors from this in here in the 10 or so minutes that we're going to be leaving this on it. But we want to get that nice crust, and if you put it on and let all the seasoning soften up a whole bunch, when you're done cooking it, it's not going to have any kind of a crust on the outside of it. So I like that flavor that the crust brings. But if you're indifferent, or you'd rather have it sink in and be more soft when you're cooking it, and have a result like that, that's fine. Then just let it sit on there for 20-30 minutes or so, and it'll be just fine. But oops. You can always season inside underneath this tail before you tie it, but you can just pull it back and get it in there, get the seasonings underneath that tail, so it doesn't feel left out. Now, decent cut of meat, so it can tolerate some seasonings. Total cook time that you're looking for on this is to whatever temperature you're looking for. So the nice thing about barbecue is, you know, you're cooking to temperature, you're not cooking to time. So if somebody says, well, it takes an hour to cook it, you know, take that with a grain of salt, because an hour to them might be 125 degrees. If you don't like your meat at 125 degrees, why would you pull it off at 125 degrees? So there we go. Let's get that good and seasoned up. You don't have to use steak seasoning. You can, you know, use whatever seasoning you want, of course. So then again, so this is your hook that's going to go on the bar. Just goes right underneath the head. Just stick it right through, and it'll hang just like this once you put it on the bar. Okay, it's been about 12 minutes since we've had our coals going here. They're ashed over. You can probably see the flame coming out the top of the charcoal starter. So I recommend using a glove. I've done this in the past without a glove on accident, not good. So again, everything is just right there in the grill already. Take your basket out, and you just put your arm in there and just pour it on top of the coals that are in there. There you go. Now again, so we're going to be cooking one side with the hanger and the other side with the grate. So just throw that in here. There we go. Turn it around so it lines up obviously with where you're going to be putting your bar. So what I like to do is take the cables, and I just put them into one of the holes. That way your lid will always stay. Your lid is always going to stay shut that way. It's not going to have any unwanted gaps. You don't need to slide this over kind of right in the middle here. And when you set your pit probe, just make sure you keep in mind whatever you're going to be cooking later on, so that you can you know, put the vegetables or whatever else around it. Excellent. So these are the hanging bars. Nice solid bars. Looks kind of like wrought iron. Just go straight through, just like that. You do not need to preheat this. You don't have to close the lid and let it get up to temperature. It's just as soon as you get the coals in there, that's when it's your time to shine with the meat. So let's get that in there good. It's going to hang that on the inside of that. There we go. There you go. You seal your lid and you just let it cook. Nice thing about the hooks, so obviously those hooks are going to get hot. You have a hook tool. It's got a little hole here, a little eyelet. Where are we? There we go. That just goes underneath the hook, picks it up, and then you can pick up the whole thing. You don't have to use your hands or a hot mitt if you don't have one. This here will be just fine for that. I obviously always recommend using a glove. Here's just a better view of what the pit barrel cooker really is. So it really is just a barrel. There's a lot of kits online. You can make your own. Like, again, this is $300, shipped to your house, ready to use. It's phenomenal. It's really good. It's super easy. Anything with a magnet is put on the side just so it doesn't fall. The egg roll likes to slide. Look at the attention to detail on here. You know, you get like the Western looking horseshoes, right? I mean, it's cool. It just screams barbecue. You know, it's nice. It really is. It's veteran owned and run. It's nice. It's easy to adjust. Just pull those bars in and out. pitbarrelcooker.com for all the information you might need on this. It's you know, it comes with a nice stand, keeps it off the ground. It's really nice if you're not on a patio, if you're again out in the field, if you take it out to deer camp or just camping, period. It's really nice. It's very lightweight. You don't need to be a He-Man to pick it up. I think it weighs somewhere around 30 pounds. The other thing that's nice about it is if you do transport it, you can put all your stuff on the inside. So, you know, obviously not when it's hot, but otherwise you open the lid, put your charcoal bag in there, put your chimney starter, put your lighter, put your whatever your fuel source is going to be. It's all right in there. You can put your cooking utensils. Obviously the grate goes in there. It's nice. It's a self-contained unit. You don't need a bunch of tubs and everything else. It really is nice. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's I swear by it. At Christmas time I make pork roast, standing pork roast. It's just so give them a look. pitbarrelcooker.com. Okay, so I think we're right at temperature here. The dot saying 145. I always double check it, so I do like ThermoWorks products. This is a Thermopin by ThermoWorks. I do find that there can sometimes be a degree or two difference between what this will register and what the dot will register. So we'll see how it is here, but that's at yep, that's at 146, so that should be a nice medium. And if you recall, I had put that somewhat towards the upper middle of there. So also, I did mention earlier the versatility of being only 30 pounds and you'll be able to relocate to the front to the back or what have you. So as you can tell, I ran out of light. So it only took me about 2 minutes or so to pull everything up to the front of the house where I had light to finish up for you guys. So, so good. Excellent. It works nice. So we're going to check this out quick. I have only opened it up to put my asparagus inside here. So I'm going to check the top part. It's at 140. And I go down in the middle here. So we should be good. That's at 147. So that's fine. Put that over here. So again, you're going to want to use your glove, and if you have probes in there, you're going to take them out. So that's primarily why you will need a glove. So you hook it under the hook, you pull it straight out. So I just put the asparagus on about 5 minutes ago. So what I like to do with steaks, especially a large piece like this, I put it on the block, cover it lightly with some tin foil, and you let that rest for 10 minutes. All right. All right, so the tenderloin has rested for about a little over 10 minutes now. The asparagus were pulled right at the 10-minute mark, and they turned out phenomenal. They look good. You'll see in a second here. So all we have left to do is see how we did by cutting it open and giving it a taste test. So let's get at it. You can see how the bottom end here curled up nice. Seems to be good. Seems to have a good temperature all the way through. I like to cut steak at a slight angle. I don't know. Just seems to present a little bit nicer that way. I'm not really sure. But all right, so let's see what we've got here. So you'll see we have a nice pink all the way through here. And this is nice. And this is cooked. This down here was temping out at medium well, and the rest of the steak was kind of a little medium-ish. right around there. So that's nice. I mean, look at how tender that is, how soft it is. I mean, that's how steak is supposed to be done. You know, even the bottom tip. Look at that. That is nice. That is all juicy right in there. That is good. All those juices are just running out of there. And you can see the texture here, how that is. It's just, I mean, it's hard to describe, but that is phenomenal. So we are going to give it a shot here. See how it tastes. So take the smaller one here. Off camera, I have my little taste tester, Sienna, my daughter. She's gonna tell us how she likes this one. That's a thumbs up. It's pretty good. There you go. All right. Give one of these a shot here. See how it tastes.
I mean, this is just really soft, really tender. It's crispy. It's great.
It's got the bark on the outside is what she's saying. Yeah, it's nice. Again, perfect cook. Yeah, it just pulls away from itself. It goes in your mouth, so soft, it's like butter. Yeah, the flavor, the smoke, the seasoning, it's all in there. And if you're somebody like myself who doesn't really care for rare meat, even medium is not cooked enough for me. But this is fine. This is amazing how tasty this is. And again, we had the asparagus on there for 10 minutes, just a hair over 10 minutes, 11 minutes maybe. Look at that. I mean, that's amazing how nice it came out, real nice and crisp. Total crispy right there. Not one bit of sag, nothing. How you prepare the asparagus is just a little bit of salt and pepper. Spray it first with some whatever cooking spray you like, olive oil, avocado oil, whatever you have handy is fine. Just enough to get the salt and pepper to stick to it. And then again, just about 15 minutes on the grate, and you're good to go. And you're not going to have anything soggy or anything. It's going to be fantastic. So I hope you learn a little bit from this video. I hope you give it a try. You know, again, the pit barrel cooker is amazing. It's extremely versatile. It's going to give you flavor, texture, perfect cook every time. Just got to follow the instructions, and they're easy. And their website has a whole bunch of other recipes. They have video recipes. And, you know, there's some pretty famous pitmasters on there, too, who are contributing videos, most namely Steve Rakeland. So you can learn a lot from that website, even if you don't have one of their cookers, which you should. So, well, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I hope you give it a shot. I hope you enjoy it. I sure am. I know the munchkin is. So thanks again for checking us out. Happy barbecuing, happy hunting, and we'll see you soon. Take care.